Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team's currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. Here's what our diggers have for us for week 106. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply follow the Patreon link in the video description. Now without further ado, let's get started. First up, we have a three-way team dig from Scott Percival, Sean, Ren, and Dookie. We've got DOSGAMES / NEWDOS / DINOHUNT. This could literally be anything. 32 files. I got looks to be a credits text file, GM help.txt, end story. Wait a minute. Okay. So, something that I plan to talk about in the future is a little program called Game Maker. It's something I haven't really discussed yet on ADG or here in the Shovelware Diggers, but we were bound to come across something made with it sooner or later, and just judging by the file extensions and just how many files there are, and of particular extensions, I have a funny feeling this is a Game Maker game. Let's see if I'm right. I am absolutely right. Sherwood Forest Software. Yeah, if I recall, they actually, whoever was behind this company actually made a whole bunch of stuff. Air opening title.gif. Okay, yeah, that's gonna complicate things too, potentially. Certain files are supposed to be in certain folders with Game Maker games, but whoever put this one on the CD didn't either unzipped it without folder structure or something, so I'm not entirely certain how to fix that. Oh wait, there is supposed to be a game folder and a GIF folder. Okay, so star.txt and star.gam is supposed to go in the gam folder. Star.gif and star.bkd is supposed to go in the GIF folder. Copy star.gif to GIF. And copy star.bkd to GIF. Okay, so now if we run it, hopefully this works properly now. It does! We actually have our title screen. Dino Hunt by Shareware for Software 1993. Okay, so let's read the instructions here. The idea behind Dino Hunt is to make it back to your cave after successfully hunting the dinosaurs that inhabit the area where you live. You move your caveman around the screen, shooting the big dinosaurs that you meet up with. To move your man, use the 4 main arrow keys or the joystick. You can move through the grass and the dirt, but not through the water or the trees. To shoot a spear, move in the direction of the target and then press the spacebar. Launch a spear in that direction. Entering your cave will put you in the next level, where the monsters are faster and more plentiful. Game is shareware and can be registered. To do this, simply set $15, Shareware for Software. So I'll talk about the Game Maker stuff much later on when I actually talk about Game Maker itself, but it has a very weird licensing policy, if I recall, so technically what this guy's doing might not have been legal, but I'd have to look into it again, because I just remember the licensing being very weird for Game Maker. Oh, and apparently the character we're playing as is Nikki Neanderthal. Dino Hunter par excellence. Or something like that. Okay, let's just play this. Oh yeah, this feels very Game Maker-y. Ooh, there's our spears. Okay, I have to remember how to get to the info screen. F2 is the status screen. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's tracking ammunition, so that means I have infinite spears. Excellent. Because some games get a little more interesting with... Stuff made with Game Maker can get a little interesting with things. Also, it can get a little interesting with hit detection. It's one of the reasons... Game Maker itself has a very interesting history behind it. But games made with it all share a lot of similarities. And one of the things they share is weird issues with hit detection and controls and stuff. And it has to do just with the way it's done. Like, for instance, if I push 2 arrow keys at the same time, I'm only going to move in one direction, and it depends on which direction was programmed first. Because that was actually one of the draws of Game Maker, was being able to make a game with virtually no programming required. The only trouble with that is, well... oh, I could just go nuts with the sprites. I'll bet the game's loving it when I do that. I think I just killed the 100 point indicator. Yeah, you can actually destroy the 100-point indicators. They actually respond to getting hit by the spears. So yeah, you actually have an info screen much like in Megazooks, except in Megazooks it only blocks off part of the screen, and this one it just replaces it entirely. Also, you may have noticed when I started the game that it mentions Super VGA support. I'm not entirely certain what Super VGA support does with Game Maker, because as far as I'm aware, the games all play in 320 by 200, even with Super VGA enabled. So, I'm not really sure what's up with that. I think it's just to sort of speed things up so that you can play the games on lower-end hardware. But the funny thing is, I've never seen the Super VGA support work. I have no idea, like, what kind of graphics cards are even supported by it. So one of the issues I'm having with this game right now is I can't figure out where to go. This is just a generic map that's very big, and I have absolutely no idea where this cave I'm supposed to go to is. One thing's for sure, this is no Monster Hunter. Playing a lot of Monster Hunter World lately, and this... Whoa, I actually took a hit. Holy jeez, I took a huge chunk of damage. I was at 200 hit points, I'm now down to 80! Wow, don't let anything touch you, apparently. If there is an end to this level, it is hidden extremely well. Well, that and the fact that this level is just probably massive to begin with. No sense of direction, nothing pointing you where to go. Amateur level design at its finest. So yeah, I think I've played enough of this one. So this was DINOHUNT? Something like that? DINOHUNT. It's a Game Maker game. I don't think I really have to say much more than that. Uh-oh, looks like Foon Turing's got a failed dig here. DOSGAMES / KidGames / Science1. And this one actually failed for a reason we haven't seen yet. Ooh, I just noticed something. Take a look at that last line there. Yeah, so this game was designed in such a way to assume that there was going to be the standard basic interpreter from the old days of DOS, i.e. pre-DOS 5.0. Well, as you kind of know, it's not there. So, I don't have a good way of playing this then. Like, there's an intro. What does the intro do? Runs by really fast. That's what it does. But it's weird. Like, why would you make the whole game in BASIC and require the basic interpreter, but then compile the intro? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm going to read the readme.doc and see if that pulls up any interesting information. Okay, so... The guy who made this game was in high school when he made it. And this was apparently something he was writing to sort of get him out of pitifully low marks, quote unquote. So, yeah. Also, the guy was here in Canada. So, the doc file doesn't really give a lot of extra information. It does really assume that you're just going to have a basic interpreter on your computer. So until I can find a solution to that, this is gonna be a failed dig. Oh well. Food Turing successful dig is DOSGAMES /arcade3 /SPIDERMN? Probably Spider-Man. I smell Warez. Maybe. I got a whole bunch of CJ files. A Spidey exe. There is a file ID.diz. This is dated 3 years after the other file dates. Yeah, I got the scent of Warez going. Spider-Man game, very addictive. VGA graphics, also supports AdLib and Sound Blaster. Well, let's see what we got. Spidey. By Oxford Digital Enterprises in association with Paragon Software. Anyway, select video mode. I only saw the CGA files, though. Huh. Let's see what happens. Oh, no, that's definitely not CGA. So English. Oh, there's the, that's the AdLib music. Yeah, this is very much going to be, an actual game that's been... Yeah, more Warez. What do you expect? So, play new game. Okay, so... that's one way to get on top of a helicopter. So is this like a puzzle game, almost? Whoop. Huh. Oh, I can actually shoot my web up, too. And then climb to the ceiling. Doesn't seem to help much. Okay, so we got multiple screens going on here. Did that hurt him? I have no idea what that's doing. Can I at least climb up here? Can I swing? No? Oh. Okay, so it looks like if you do web the enemies, they don't hurt you. Oh, maybe they do. Take a look at the side there. It looks like Spider-Man slowly becomes a skeleton as he takes damage. Yeah. Oh, and the enemy is moving. Whoa. That was good aim. I wasn't even aiming for that. So yeah, Spider-Man becomes a skeleton as he takes damage. Now it's kind of almost making me wonder if this was meant to be some other game. Man, these controls are very weird. This is an official game. It does not control well. Oh, I can walk on the ceiling. Also, R2-D2. I didn't even notice that at first. Why am I dealing with R2-D2? Why are you here? Okay, so I hit a button to unlock something. Hello? Actually, you know what this game reminds me of? This game reminds me of Dragon's Lair. Not the arcade original, but the NES version. The one where you have to be super precise with all of your motions and everything, and there's a huge delay in everything you do. This feels just like that. Whoa! I just jumped sideways! This might be the only game ever made that allows you to jump sideways. Oh, come on! Why didn't I stick to the ceiling? Is this like some non-sticky surface I'm not allowed to stick on? Okay, fine. I'll just climb the side of that whatever it is. But yeah, it looks like an old-timey computer with like tape reels in it. Whee! I actually got the web swinging to work decently. Or somewhat decently. Oh, there's more. So what, is this gonna be like some kind of boss room? Or can I just walk past it? I can just walk past it. That didn't look so good. What's with that floor? And why is there a... Odd. It's like making a sound as I walk on this, but Spider-Man's just fine. Ow! What the... Why would you do that? Oh, and now we got freaking mummies? And blood effects? On the cross? Is this a Spider-Man game or something supposed to be sacrilegious? Okay, I think I've seen enough of this game. This is bizarre. And also, would not surprise... What is Spider-Man doing? What is Spider-Man doing? Okie dokie then. I think this is the point where we stop playing because not only has the game become possessed, Spider-Man's become possessed. And yeah, this was clearly Warez. So this was some kind of Spider-Man game that they tried to sell at some point, and some Warez group was like, hey, this would be a great game to pirate. Yeah, because who doesn't want Spider-Man doing that on their screen? And our last dig for today comes from CatDog Joe, DOSGAMES /PD1 /flagger. I'm guessing something to do with flags, but I'm at a loss. You got a flagstuff.flag, and then a flagger. I have no idea. Oh, it's a Minesweeper game. Slowly spelling out the turtle? Turtle? Slowly spelling out the title. Made by James Sosville in 1992. Oh, mouse control. Excellent. Do you need instructions? Normally I would say no, but these old-time Minesweeper clones could have any kind of rules compared to what you would know from Microsoft's Minesweeper games. So, Mad Bomber has called a local TV station claiming to have placed 50 bombs in the end zone of the high school's football field. Yeah, that's a 50? You'd think somebody would have noticed after the first couple. Everyone is taking this very seriously since the Mad Bomber threatened to blow up the local Chicken Shack restaurant. What was with this story? His threat was ignored, and an hour later it was raining drumsticks on Route 17. Holy jeez. Early 90s stories are clearly a different thing altogether. Anyways, if the field is not cleared, the football team will be unable to complete their season and will miss the state championship. Yeah, if they survive. Anyways, as the newest, most expendable member of the local bomb squad, you've been given the job of flagger. Your task is to locate the bombs in the field and mark them with little red flags. The Mad Bomber, it seems, is quite a joker. He has left a letter addressed to the party who has been asked to defuse the situation. In the letter, he informs you that notes have been left around the bombs to indicate their location, because he's just such a nice guy. Letter also states the end zone must be divided into a grid of 21 by 15 squares for these notes to be of any use. Oh, so for each bomb you successfully flag, you're paid $50. Screw up, the fee will be paid to your estate. Oh. Successfully flag all the bombs in the end zone, you receive a $1,000 bonus. So it's kind of pointless, really, to score in that way. With Minesweeper, you want to score based on how long it takes, not whether you find everything, because the goal is to find everything. So let's see how this plays. And then I can also push the, actually, hang on a second here. Okay, apparently there was a key I could press to get rid of that flashing cursor. Oh, and he's only asking $5 for this program, which is a fair price, all things considered. You have to push Control-C. That's not a very good button combination to use, since Control-C is normally used to quit out of stuff. Okay, so it looks like the game always starts you on a clear space, so that's good. But it doesn't automatically clear the stuff around, so that's bad. Whoops. I accidentally moved the mouse a little too far, because I'm not used to having to click things manually. Oh, it started me in the corner this time. That's obnoxious. Well, that's really obnoxious. But fortunately, I know good Minesweeper strats. So this one right here, it has to be one or this one, but this one absolutely needs a flag needs 2 of them. So only one can be here, and one's going to be there, definitely. And this 2, this one right here has to be one of these 2, but this 2 is already touching this one, so these 2 have to be clear. And now I'm stuck. The least likely are these 2 to be these 3 to be a mine. So let's just say that one. Okay, that was a good guess. That actually lets me clear a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, while other people were playing Solitaire on their Windows 3.1 rigs, I was playing Minesweeper. As I'm sure some of you have noticed, I actually made a Minesweeper game, Super Minesweeper. It's still for sale on my website, though not a lot of people buy into it anymore, partly because of the fact the thing's so old and barely runs properly, but yeah, Minesweeper is an interesting case of a game genre where the people who like it the most don't really want it all dressed up with bells and whistles and everything. They primarily just want to master the main game, as it were. So, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just, it was a very interesting thing, and part of the reason why Super Minesweeper never sold very well is just, that's not what the demographic wanted. And I made it, that was the very first game I ever made that I tried to sell for money, so it's part of the reason why I didn't do so well is I didn't understand things like demographics and such, because I was young and stupid, as it were. So I'm mostly just rambling right now to pass the time, because this is actually, having to manually click everything actually takes a while. Almost done. Whoops, I accidentally moved the mouse too far. Having to click everything manually is just not fun. And the other thing, too, is that it seems like it's almost like skipping sometimes. But that could just be the way the mouse is being handled by DOSBox compared to how this game is trying to handle mouse support. I mean, there could be like some sort of double acceleration thing going on, which might be screwing me up. So, I don't know. But, you know, all things considered, I have played far worse Minesweeper clones than this. And I do like the fact that when you start, and this is actually a very pertinent thing, it seems like every time you start a game of this, it starts you with an empty square to work from. And that's very pertinent. There's some Minesweeper clones out there that give you a blank screen, and then the very first click you make can end the game. And it's like, how are you even supposed to know? Like, let's try it again. Let's say quit. Exit to DOS, no. Oh, how do I actually, well, let's just lose. Okay. Play again, yes. Yeah, it starts you with a clear space every time. Like, even the Minesweeper clone I made does that. In fact, the one I made goes one step further and makes it so that every time you make your first click will result in multiple squares opening up. No matter where you click. So it's kind of interesting that this game actually does give you an open square to work with. Like, not even Microsoft's Minesweeper does that. Instead, what Microsoft's Minesweeper does is it pre-randomizes the board, and when you click on your very first tile, if it happens to be a mine, it just moves the mine to a different position. So that means you can actually start clicking on a tile and it's just a single number. And then you click somewhere else and you're dead. So I do like the fact that this goes one step further and makes it so that virtually every layout is possible. So yeah, a $5 Minesweeper clone in 1992 for DOS. Yeah, it's not bad.